You have a bad running nose this morning. So, yeah. Today my topic is Kalorama magazine. It's a translation from this Chinese magazine. I hope that everybody after this session can have a better understanding of what's tree high. So, do you know what's tree high? Do you know what's tree high? No, nobody know.
Blood pressure high.
Blood pressure high, yes, one high, cholesterol high, and the glucose level is high. So that's the three highs that we are talking about. Because this is translated from Chinese. The Chinese they call it San Gao. Yeah, so that's why that's a three high. So I have 3F. It's not a bad word, It's not a bad word. Okay, later I'll tell you what is 3F. So from this professor, what's the name of this professor? In Chinese, I cannot remember the name. Let me check. Xie Mingzhe, yeah, Prof. Xie. He have come up with this. Actually, he's quite famous. After I read the magazine, then I know I'm aware of that because I searched for the Google. Then when I put in his name, straight away come out. He have a lot of topics in Google. So if you don't believe, you can key his name. You can see he have talked about a lot of things. So in this magazine, he talked about how to using 3F to conquer the tree high, to solve the tree high problem. So what is tree high? Actually, tree high is actually the risk factor is from this obesity. So for people who have obesity, you have a very high chance that you will get tree high. The high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high glucose level. And when the blood pressure, your glucose or your cholesterol is high, the chances of getting this cardiovascular disease is higher. And it also increases your chance to increase the higher mortality rates. So long-term having this improper, basically tree high is due to too much good food, good thing that you consume. So if you keep on taking this kind of food, this kind of lifestyle, always play game until 2 a.m. and then sleep until 2 p.m., that kind of things, and you work under stress, if you are having this kind of problem, it will cause you have tree high and obesity. And statistics show that the chances for tree high group to diagnose heart disease, stroke, or kidney failure in 5 years' time is 1.5 to 3 times higher than normal people. And the mortality rate is 1.3 to 2.5 times higher. So if you have tree high, the chances that you may die earlier. Okay? So this is all the statistics that you can find in the magazine. Let me explain to you one by one. This is the light, is it? Off, is it? Okay. Okay. This is a new remote control, so I don't know how to use it. So this is a heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, and the mortality. And you can see that if you have no tree high, the percentage is very low. It's less than, in average, it's about 5%. But once you have a tree high, any one of them, you can see that it's straight away show up to what? It's about 20% or 15% kind of things. So if you have tree high, the chances that you can get heart disease, stroke, kidney failure, and the chances that you die earlier is very high. And from here you can see that when you're getting aging, you have more chance to get high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and high glucose level. So the risk factor, if you're how you all justify that you have your obesity is based on your waist. Okay, so if your waist are for male, if you are 90 cm, more than 90 cm, and for female you are more than 80 cm, means that you are considered you are obesity. Okay, so and for high blood pressure, if your systolic is higher than 130 and diastolic is higher than 85, you are considered as high blood pressure. And high glucose, when you are fasting more than 100, you are considered high glucose level. And high cholesterol is dependent on these three. And for male, if your good cholesterol is less than 40, and for female, your good cholesterol is less than 50, you are considered high cholesterol level. Alright, so from Taiwan Health Blog, they classified that there's a metabolic syndrome. What is metabolic syndrome? Metabolic syndrome means that if you have 3 out of the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? How come? Only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Actually 5, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? 5 factor, 3 out of 5. You are considered as you have this metabolic syndromes. And WHO indicate that one of the 3 must be obesity or waist. So if your waist is more than 90 cm, for women is more than 70 cm, you are in a high risk actually. This is one of the factors must be in to consider you as belong to the metabolic syndrome. So metabolic syndrome is a warning sign to indicate that you have very high chance to get heart disease, stroke, or kidney failure. Okay, so what is metabolic syndromes? It's talking about diabetics. So insulin resistance is the essential factor for metabolic syndromes. What is insulin resistant? Insulin resistant means that the insulin not able to go into your cell, or your cell is insensitive to the insulin. So causing this insulin to be stay in the blood for too long, and it will lead to type 2 diabetes, or even causing vascular disease or even cardiovascular disease. So all this is actually linked to obesity. Obesity is the main cause for insulin resistance. Why? Because if it's too much fat in your body, these fats will actually increase FFA. And FFA will reduce insulin from transmit signal. Okay? And that's why it will causing all kind of problem. So obesity will reduce certain hormone, and that will increase the insulin sensitivity. That's why the main reason to get all this is due to obesity, because of the too much fat in your body. Since insulin cannot reach the cell will transmit signal to brain for more food. So you will keep on taking food, right? And that's why you will have obesity. So obesity is a must for metabolic syndrome. And due to unhealthy diet and lifestyle, actually more and more young people have this metabolic syndrome. That's why they also call it as a lifestyle-related disease. So 3 high can actually happen for people who are thin. I can see that this group of people all are have a good considered thin, but don't be too happy. It doesn't mean that you are safe. Okay, why I say so? The main reason of unhealthy diet. If you are thin, but you take a lot of oily food, too sweet or too salty, also can have metabolic syndrome. Because if you take too much oily food, it will cause fats to accumulate in the body, and that's why they call a name called Lantern, is it? Leighton, huh? Leighton, okay. For those people who don't know me, my English pronunciation is not so good, okay? So that's why I write very clearly here, you can see the words. Okay. Okay, body fat percentage is the main index to measure. So you cannot, doesn't mean that you are fat means that you are obesity. It's actually measured by your body fat index. Okay, so if your body fat percentage is more than 25%, and for women is 30%, you are considered obesity. So there's a minority group who are not obesity, normal body weight, healthy diet, exercise frequently, regularly do exercise every week or every day, but they still get heart rate high, and that group of people is due to genetic factor. So all illness are caused by genetic factor plus long-term lifestyle. So doesn't mean that I don't have genetic factor. My family history, nobody have heart rate high. But even you don't have genetic factor, because of the lifestyle that you have, you contribute it in, you will get tree high if you don't take care of your lifestyle. But if you have a genetic factor, it's much more easier for you to get tree high. That's the reason. That is the meaning here. So healthy are affected by genetic factor, 50%, living condition, 10%, environment, 7%, medicine, self-control. What is living condition? For example, you're living in an environment which is very living condition. For example, you like to take good food. That kind of condition. You stay late, you play game, kind of things. You watch movie, night movie. Yeah. And the environment is talking about pollution, the food, the water that you take. Medicine. Some of us like to take a lot of medicine. Any part of your body pain, you should take Panadol. Yesterday I saw there's an advertisement saying that the Panadol can take because it can automatically pass out from your body, naturally pass out from your body. So Panadol can take. So actually, can you take Panadol? Yes, you can take, but definitely there will be some injured to your liver, right? Because you need your liver to pass the toxic out from your body. So you cannot anyhow take medicine. Some people is like, any part of the body pain, you take medicine. This is not a correct way. If you are not feeling well, it's better that you see doctor. Instead of yourself become a doctor and start to subscribe medicine to yourself. And self-control. So all these things is self-control. You must control. It's not easy to don't eat oily food, right? How many people don't like char kway teow? Anybody don't like laksa? Curry chicken? Anybody don't like good food? Can I have a show of hands? Anybody don't like good food? Only like to eat veggie? All shit here, so no choice already, you have to self-control. 60%. Okay? So no matter to live forever, but get a way to keep in good health. So it's not that you want to live longer. The main concern is you want to live healthy forever. Right? You don't want to be suffering from illnesses, disease when you're getting older and older. So what is 3F? It's not bad words. 3F is food, fit, and frame of mind. So 3F can actually regulate your body condition and maintain healthiness. Able to prevent tree high, obesity, and metabolic syndrome. Able to let you free from illnesses and anti-aging. So let me explain one by one. Food is the nutrients that you intake direct impact our body condition. So you must diversify food intake. You cannot say that you like to take, for example, for people who like to take veggie. I understand from a vegetarian. He told me, for vegetarian, they don't take only veggie. They also need to take certain color of food, like nuts, whatever kind of things. They cannot only take green veggie, that's it. No. They have to take different color of the food, which is belong to vegetarian group. Okay, so you need to diversify your food. So if you want to know, you can actually have a notebook. Take now what food you take today. Sometimes you say, yeah, long time I didn't take laksa already. Oh, today take laksa can. 1 month I only take one laksa, also can get high blood pressure. Cannot be, ma. But if you have a notebook, you can prove that. Actually last week only just take char kway teow only. This week you want to take laksa. If you calculate all the good food in Singapore, actually can easily hit 30 days, or every day you can take good food. Last month I just take laksa, so can take today. Yeah, so you must take now what kind of food you are taking. So you must diversify your food intake. So depending on individual condition, you can actually intake supplements such as vitamin, protein, carbohydrate, etc. So to improve 3 high, you should take 3 low, 2 high. What does 3 low, 2 high mean? Low salt, low sugar, low oil, high fiber, high antioxidant food, such as veggie. And you can add in health supplement for 3 high. Fit. What is fit? Keep fit by exercise every day. Any exercise is good, but you must enjoy it. You don't like swimming, but every day you go force yourself to go and swimming. Although you exercise, but what? Your stress level very high. No use. Exercise should be what? Some people tell me, I every day exercise, I walk, I do housework, also exercise. Do you enjoy do housework? If you enjoy do housework, yes, exercise. Like one of my friend, Jessica, he enjoy do housework. Wash toilet, enjoy. Exercise. Right? But you must enjoy. Why? Exercise is in the sense that you are relaxed. Anybody exercise very stressed? When you exercise very stressed, cannot be right. Exercise should be what? Relaxed. Yeah, that's called exercise. So, from the author, Prof. C, he said, he recommends walking. Walking is the best. Why? Can do anytime you like. So I know that there's a lot of apps. I believe all of you have smartphone, right? Majority have smartphone. In a smartphone, you have the apps can calculate how many steps you walk every day. Do you know that? So you can base on that to exercise. That's a very good thing. You can set your goal. Every day you want to walk 5,000 steps. So walking is a very good. Why? Even you walk, reach home, 2,000 only, still left 3,000. How? You can walk around the house to complete 5,000. This is what recommended by Prof. I think it's a good idea, right? So instead of you take the bus, reach home directly, you can drop 2 bus stops earlier, so you can walk back. So that you can complete 5,000 steps every day. 5,000 steps, I calculated before. 5,000 steps is about 3 kilometers. About 3 kilometers. Not very far. 3 kilometers. Walk 3 kilometers is not very far. If you walk every day, it takes about 15 minutes for 5,000 steps. I do experiment one. Okay? You can challenge me if you don't believe it. It's about 3 kilometers, about 15 minutes. Slow walk, you don't need to run. Okay, so very easy. And walking is very good. Why? Walking will not injure your kneecap. Running will injure your kneecap. You know that? When running, you are actually adding 300 times of pressure of your body weight onto your 3 times, 300%, sorry, 3 times. 3 times of your body weight onto your kneecap. So you will actually, for people who like to run, actually you have kneecap injury easily. So for people who like to run, also can, but you must take our product, Vitahin. If you don't like to run, you only walk, you just take Linzi enough. Okay? So that's my recommend, 5,000 steps. Easy start, then you slowly increase. Prof said, walk every day to 20,000 steps. 20,000 steps is how many kilometers?
12 kilometers.
Wow, very good at your maths. Yeah, about 12 kilometers. And can you do it while waiting for transport? While waiting for transport in the bus stop, you can start to walk already. Can continue to even reach home. Just I tell you, reach home, instead of straight away reach home, drink water. No, you start walk around the house. Yeah. So every morning, he do a light exercise for 1 hour before breakfast. And he find that every day he do light exercise, it can keep him fresh for the whole day. So what is frame of mind? Like what I just now mentioned, when you do exercise, you should be relaxed. Okay? So frame of mind is a release of the pressure, release of the stress. So you must have a good mood. Like what I always like to tell you all, come for Saturday meeting is very good. Why? You can have very good mood. Am I right? Yeah. So when you see me on the stage, you also very happy, right? So you can laugh, right? So it's a release of your mind. And then you can have a frame of mind. You can stay healthy actually. So do things that you enjoy doing and you are able to handle. Okay. Don't anyhow change your mood. No? If you anyhow change your mood, your blood pressure will change also. So and you do it every day, then you will have what? You will have problem. High blood pressure. Okay? So for ladies, okay, I know normally a guy will change mood suddenly, right? A lady will change mood more easily. Okay? So for ladies, don't change mood anyhow, okay? Must control. Even your husband don't listen to you, must control. Slowly increase your pressure. Okay? Then when you cannot tahan already, then you change. So 3F can actually maintain your body internal environment in the healthier, in the balanced stage. So once your body is in balance, symptoms start to occur, such as tree high or obesity. So how to maintain balance? Practice 3F every day. And necessary. So sometimes some people will ask, Prof. Sia, is it necessary to take medicine for tree high patient? So he said, actually for high cholesterol, no need to take medicine initially. You can control your diet. For people who have high cholesterol, normally the doctor will not give you any medicine initially. So he will ask you to go back to control your diet, do some exercise, kind of things. But however, if after 3 months still cannot control, then no choice, you have to start to take medicine. And for people who have high glucose or high blood pressure, no choice, you have to take medicine straight away because it's very dangerous. Because high blood pressure and high glucose can lead to complication, stroke, heart attack, kind of things. So don't play, So take medicine is a must, but controlled diet is also a must. And you must exercise and must stay in good mood so that you can maintain the balance in your body. So obesity not related to metabolism symptom, is also, it not only relate to the metabolism symptom, it also relate to a lot of illnesses that must be addressed. Because obesity indicates your body has extra fats, and that will transform into carbohydrate, lipids, protein, alcohol. Okay. So obesity is actually from the kind of food that you take. So to reduce weight, you need to exercise to burn off the calories as well as cut down your calories intake. So majority people only take care of their stomach and taste, and they are seldom aware of the calories intake. That's why just I say you can bring a notebook to record down what kind of food that you take. So recommend to check your body weight weekly to control the food intake. On top of that, you must be aware of the so-called diet meal or slim down method. So in the market, there's a lot of scheme ask you to come and take up their scheme. They can slim down you in 7 days. But majority of this kind of method can only reduce your water or tissue instead of the fats and have a lot of side effect. Although you can reduce your weight because you take away your water, but you cannot improve your tree high condition. So to healthily reduce your weight, you should control food, exercise in the good mood. So that's very important. Okay, so although genetic play a part, but actually you can still control food and lifestyle so that you will not get obesity. Okay, so this is how severe of tree high in Taiwan. You can see that total expenses on tree high is about 36.9 million in terms of medicine. Okay, in Taiwan they are selling 36.9 billion of medicine on tree high. Okay, and on it's about 54.2% of the overall medicine of all modern disease in 2012. And you can see that those people who died due to tree high is 33.5%. So you can see the cost of death in 2012. So if you have tree high, actually you will spend a lot of money taking medicine because it's a monthly kind of thing. You have to buy the medicine every month and have your high risk to die young. And this is another charge: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high glucose, high cholesterol, BMI, and the metabolism syndrome. You can see that they are moving up when they're getting older and older. And they have actually do a research on younger children. The blue color is a primary school, secondary school is a red, JC is a green color. And they find that majority, quite a big amount of children, they have high glucose level, high cholesterol, and obesity. Alright? And that's why if your children eat too much, you must control. Don't let them eat too much. If not, they will have a high chance when they go older, they will have a high chance to get all these problems. Okay, so that's all for Prof. Sia presentation. I'll move on to this Prof. Chan Mao Ling. This is another Chen Miao Ling, Prof. Miao. So she's going to talk about the efficacy of Lingzi on tree high. So refer to the 2012 reports that just now you see. The top 10 causes of death are illnesses that closely relate to tree high include heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney failure, heart disease. So compared to 10 years old report, high blood pressure disease has been increased by 2 points in the top 10. And for tree high patient, doctor always advise to exercise regularly and control diet to improve the obesity, because obesity is a cause. So let's get a look at this BMI. Anybody know how to calculate BMI? Yes or no? No. Yes. Can I have a show of hands who know how to calculate BMI? How? What's the formula? Weight over height squared, right? Yeah. So if your BMI is less than 18.5, you are considered slim. If your BMI is between 18.5 to 33, you are considered normal. If your BMI is 24 to 27, you are considered overweight. And if more than 27, it's considered what? Obesity. Alright? So in Taiwan, half of the population BMI is more than 23, which is what? Overweight. Okay, in Taiwan, half of the population. So it's a very serious problem in Taiwan actually, or tree high. So another measurement is a which directly relate to the metabolism syndrome according to research and WHO standard. So let's take a look how Lingzi can help on all the three high. And let's take a look one by one. Lingzi and the high glucose level. What is high glucose level? If you are healthy, before meal, 8 hours, your glucose level should be in between 80 to 99. And after meal, 2 hours, your glucose level should be less than 140. Before sleep, your glucose level should be less than 110. This is for healthy people. You will be in a high risk group if you are in between 100 to 135 before meal 8 hours. And after meal 2 hours, 140 to 200. And you consider as a diabetes, if you before meal is more than 126, and after meal is more than 200. Alright? And if you are a diabetes patient, you must control your range in between 90 to 130 before meal, and after meal is 140 to 180. And before sleep is 100 to 140. So your body obesity and genetic factor can cause high glucose level. So another statistics show that genetic play a role in diabetes patient. The main factor for high glucose level actually caused by diet and lifestyle. So type of diabetes. There's two types of diabetes. One is a type 1 diabetes. Normally it's due to the virus infections that activate your immune system, respond to attack your pancreas, and then causing the pancreas to produce less insulin or totally not able to produce insulin. So normally we classify this as an autoimmune problem. So injured pancreas can also due to chemical toxin found in the environment, food. Because sometimes certain food have they use any those kind of chemical thing. So when you consume it, it may actually damage your pancreas. So treatment for type 1 diabetes, insulin injection. There's no other way because your body cannot produce insulin. For type 2 diabetes, is 90 to 95% diabetic patients belong to this group. Mainly due to overeat, lack of exercise. So causes your cell insensitive to insulin, what we call insulin resistant. So type 2 diabetes normally only happen in old people, but recently they found that young people also has type 2 diabetes. Why? Because young people lack of exercise and also like to take a lot of good food, and that's the reason. Especially people like to drink those kind of sweet drink, Coca-Cola, those kind of things, those kind of sweet drink, not so good. So obesity will lead to type 2 diabetes? Because the fat cell will release a cell inflammation hormone, and this will cause the fat tissue to be inflammation. Then this inflammatory response will induce insulin resistance and cause high blood glucose level. So that's why if you are type 2 diabetes, you'll find that if you do a blood test, you find that your inflammation index will always higher than normal. So high blood glucose level will cause lesion in the blood vessel and nerves, which will lead to stroke, heart disease, blah blah blah. So how to improve the blood glucose level? The first step is to control diet and body weight. Balanced diet, small meal regularly. You can take more regularly. Avoid sweet, oily, and salty food. Moderate intake of carbohydrate. Eat more fiber. So for diabetes patient, the basic principle of the diet is the same as above. So no matter whether you want to control diet or you're a diabetic patient, this is the diet that you should practice every day. So there's some tips for diabetes patient. You should limit in Chinese they say that you should take less 5 white, right? 5 white. Oh. So what is the 5 white? White bread, pasta, rice, soda, candies, snack foods. All the 5 white you should not take. And you should focus on high fiber, slow release carbohydrate, such as brown rice, brown sugar kind of things. So you should take more veggie and consume less sugar-rich fruit and eat a healthy type of protein at most meal. Avoid food that are oily, sweet, salty, and contain saturated fat and trans fat. Okay, so research on linzi and type 2 diabetes. Reduce accumulation of fats. So the main factor for diabetes is due to obesity, right? Just now we have seen that. So refer to US research in 2011. They found that linzi product that contain 13.5% of polysaccharide and 6% of terpenoid able to reduce fat accumulation. And not only that, another research found that for diabetic patients, they found that when they do the experiment on the mice, these mice is those kind of mice that have type 2 diabetes. They take polysaccharide for 100 milligram per kg per day, continue for 7 days, able to enhance the cells absorptions and utilization of the glucose, and improve the diabetes blood glucose level. So they find that actually linzi can reduce accumulated fat and also enhance the glucose metabolism efficacy. And another research they found that linzi can actually inhibit decomposers of carbohydrate and reduce glucose produced. So this is the thing. There's the alpha glucosidases, is it? Will break down the starch. It will break down the starch, change it to glucose. So in the Japan research in 2011, linzi ganoderma B able to inhibit. This is one of the terpenoid able to inhibit the activity of this thing to suppress the decomposers of carbohydrate and reduce glucose produced. So this one actually addresses the root cause to control the blood glucose level. So they also find that linzi are able to improve the blood glucose and blood cholesterol level in order to reduce the liver fat. So in Taiwan research on 2010, they feed the mice with a food that contains 30% of fat for 10 weeks, so that those mice will have obesity and also have high blood glucose and high blood cholesterol. Then they feed them with linzi terpenoid extract for 16 weeks, able to reduce their blood glucose level. And not only that, the experiment also found that the weight of the mice does not reduce, but the weight of the liver is reduced. So this proves that linzi terpenoid is able to reduce the liver fat also. So the experiment also showed that linzi is able to reduce liver inflammation. Another experiment, they found that Hong Kong research, they feeding those mice that have genetic diabetes with linzi extract 300 milligram per kg per day, able to improve their blood glucose level in 7 days and maintain it till 28 days until the end of the experiment. So this proves that linzi is able to regulate your blood glucose level in a very short period of time. And another experiment, they find that the China research in 2014 also proved that genetic diabetic mice that has kidney injury after taking linzi extract 250 milligram per kg, able to reduce the kidney glucosides level and reduce kidney from further injury. So the experiment showed that linzi able to increase kidney and blood, the SOD, CAT, GHH, all these things, and reduce the MDA produced. So diabetic mice can reduce free radical ability, and the body has less impact to the antioxidant pressure. So they also have some research on linzi on type 1 diabetes. So they find that linzi on type 1 diabetes, they can protect the islet cell. So in China, research on 2012, they inject a chemical, a drug to damage the pancreas beta cell, so that have type 1 diabetes. Then feed the linzi polysaccharide 200 milligram per kg for 8 weeks, and able to increase the diabetes mice SOD, reduce the pancreas beta cell damage, stimulates the growth of beta cell, and increase insulin level, and reduce the blood glucose level. And they also find that linzi can protect kidney and maintain its functionality. So another research they showed that in 2006, they also inject some drug to cause type 1 diabetes, feeding the linzi polysaccharide 250 milligram per kg, found that linzi can reduce the blood glucose level and also reduce the kidney enlarge due to inflammation, reduce BNN level, improve kidney functionality. So you can see that linzi actually they do a lot of research on linzi, on different kind of mice, and they found that linzi actually can improve high glucose level. So in conclusion, the main function of linzi on high blood glucose is to regulate your blood glucose level, improve the activity of the digestion and the metabolism enzyme, protect the pancreas cell and kidney cell, and reduce inflammation response. Okay, so let's take a look at part 2, linzi versus high blood cholesterol. This is a range again for normal people, for high side, and for people who have disease and need medicine. High blood cholesterol increase the risk of getting blood vessel hardening, heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, fatty liver, etc. So obesity is a cause of a high blood pressure and high glucose level, and all the three high. Therefore, either high blood pressure, cholesterol, or obesity will bring blood circulation to bad chain effect. So people who have slight high in total cholesterol should only take, if you want to take meat, you should only take chicken or fish, and you should not take any animal inner organ like pig brain kind of thing, seafood, egg yolk, especially egg yolk. I'm sure that a lot of people are not aware that egg yolk for high cholesterol level you should not take. Why? Because cholesterol level for egg yolk is about 200 mg, and adults' daily cholesterol consumption is 300 mg. So imagine if you take one egg yolk, it's already more than half. So all the rest of the food that you take, definitely the day you will take more than 300 mg cholesterol. So if you have high cholesterol level, you should not take egg yolk because it's very high cholesterol. It's very high the reading. So start from char. You should not consume too oily food, reducing the fats, so that you will not causing blood vessel, internal wall, causing the blood vessel inflammation and hardening. So after, if you keep on doing all these kind of things, taking good food, after a period of time, thrombin will form and block the blood flow and cause stroke or heart attack. So research have found that linzhi are able to reduce LDL level and increase HDL level. So they do a research, they feed the mice with linzhi extract 300 mg per kg for 28 days, are able to bring down the cholesterol level and increase good cholesterol level. So another research in China had the same result. So bad cholesterol means what? Bad cholesterol means that you reduce the cholesterol accumulation in inner wall of the blood vessel. And good cholesterol means that you increase the remove of the cholesterol through the blood vessel. So linzhi can help to prevent and delay what is this? Atherosclerosis deterioration. Okay, so if the density of the cholesterol is high, the chances of produce the LDL will be high. So the source of cholesterol besides come from food, liver can also produce cholesterol. So cholesterol drug is to inhibit enzyme to reduce the produce of cholesterol. So it's very similar to linzhi. So there's a research on Switzerland. They found that linzhi are able to inhibit an enzyme to reduce the cholesterol. So it means that linzhi can reduce the bad lipid and overall metabolism response. Not only that, they also find that linzhi can reduce oxidation pressure and the chance of oxidize the LDL. So China research on 2012, they randomized the mice to increase the free radical and then feed linzhi polysaccharide 26.6 to 40 mg per kg. They find that able to increase their body oxidation enzyme activity and reduce the MDA. So from this fourth chance research also found that they feed the healthy mice with linzhi that contain 12.5% of polysaccharide and 12% of triglyceride for 2 months can reduce the MDA significantly. So this proves that linzhi can actually reduce oxidation pressure. So there's a lot of research, and if I go through one by one very detailed, I think all of you will fall asleep. So don't worry, I will pass the slide to Jin Tong. He will upload into the website, and then you all can download there, and then you can read slowly. So I have to go through very fast. So linzhi can also actually reduce inflammation response and slow down the artery hardening. Okay, this is all the research they have done. They found that linzhi are able to do all these things. So in conclusion, the main function for linzhi on high blood cholesterol is to reduce the blood, the oxidation pressure, and also reduce the inflammation response, and inhibits pellet aggregations, and retouch the atherosclerosis. Okay, so this is the last one, the high blood pressure. So this is the high blood pressure. High blood pressure have so-called pre-high blood pressure. So it's in between this range. Stage 1 and stage 2 also. So the cause of high blood pressure is due to obesity, lack of exercise, take too much good food, smoke, drink. Yeah. So to improve high blood pressure, you must adjust your diet. Okay, this is a very interesting thing. Yeah. This is the DASH diet. DASH, there's a 5 principle. Focus on whole meal, 5 veggie, 5 fruits every day, low fat or fat-free dietary product, change the red meats to white meat, take nuts food and use good cooking oil. So if you want to improve your tree high, you should practice, they call it DASH diet. Alright? So DASH stands for what? Dietary approach to stop hypertension. Okay, so this one I get it from the web. They have explained very clearly what is the diet. It's a lifelong approach to healthy eating designed to reduce or prevent high blood pressure. And they found that if you're taking this kind of meal for 2 weeks, are able to improve your blood pressure. So for people who have high blood pressure, you can give it a try. Alright? Just practice this kind of food, this kind of diet for 2 weeks, you can reduce your blood pressure. And it's a healthy way of eating. So it's not only control your high blood pressure, it actually improve your whole body condition. So it's also in line with the recommendation to prevent osteoporosis, cancer, heart disease, stroke and diabetes. Okay, so take a look at this. Okay, so refer to the research also found that linzer can regulate the blood pressure, blood cholesterol, and reduce the ACE enzyme, inhibits the blood pressure raising. So in conclusion, the linzer can help on hypertension is to reduce the blood pressure and influence the metabolism enzyme activity. Linzer able to reduce the blood, all the three high, and also the related disease. So in summary, if you don't want to get three high, you should take linzer, have a balanced diet, and do regular exercise. Alright? I got a lot of testimony behind. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and okay? I can't go through all the testimony, but you can take a look at the testimonial. All the testimony mention one thing. They have very bad tree high, but taking linzer for a period of time, the condition improves. So by reading all these testimonials, you can show your friend who have tree high. I'm sure that in Taiwan, more than 50% of the population have tree high. So Singapore should have the same situation. Okay, and I believe that Myanmar is catching up also. Catching up in tree high. Huh? So it's not a good thing. Alright? So I'm sure that you share with people on all these testimonials, it can bring confidence to them because that's how they take the linzer. I have put down what kind of disease they have, what is the dosing, what is the reaction, how is the recovering process, and how long they take linzer until today. You can see that majority of the 9 testimonials, they have taken linzer more than 10 years. Alright, and their tree high is controlled very well until today. So just to have a feeling what is going on the world, I have put down the international research on linzer, and there's 6 international research from different world: Malaysia, Japan, Mexico, Australia, Macau, and Taiwan. And they have found that linzer can actually do a lot of wonder. Alright, so if you are interested, you can read more, have a better understanding. Actually, linzer not only good on tree high, linzer also good on other things. Alright, so I'm sorry, I take quite a number of your time. I hope that you don't fall asleep. And if you want to come and see me again next week, I have another topic on cancer. Alright, so hope that you all can have a better understanding how linzer can help on cancer. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Kwan Sing. Right. As it is, basically, it reiterates the efficacy of linzer. just remember, you can do 4 main things. We can improve our blood flow. As a result,